Panthers threatening.
And Girton with the lead.
It's Titans point.
No. Hey, what a great crossing pattern. I tell you, finding himself all alone up the seam was Ryan Conley.
Shot and a goal. And the Titans are on the board.
Leckletter.
Oh, I tell you, she's a beast.
Up and running, and look at that.
Bang. He's in there.
Shot score. You can see it all setting up.
You sure could.
North sets it up. And a killer winner.
And here comes the Donna all lined up. It's nothing but goal there, right there.
Oh, my goodness. You'll watch it back on Nashua ETV.
Hello and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua on an overcast Tuesday. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. It's mid-May 2025, getting toward the end of the girls lacrosse season. Got a good matchup here this afternoon, visiting Exeter Bluehawks against the Nashua High South Panthers.
Mid-May? It feels like late March.
It does.
I mean, this is supposed to be when the sun comes out and everybody's like 75 to 80, summer starts. And instead, we're getting, this is like the warmest day of the week.
It boomeranged. We were like suffocating with heat up here just about a week ago.
Right. This is just, it's
in the
brutal.
press box at Stellos. But yeah, it's
Brutal.
It's gone back and forth in the month of May. For a second, I thought I said something wrong. You look at me like, what are you talking about mid-May? But you're right. It's chilly. Everybody's got jackets on, except for our players. As usual, you can't really tell by looking at the girls lacrosse players. They're out there taking lacrosse balls off the bare shins.
Yeah, exactly. So
They're tough kids.
No kidding. I know.
Yeah. So, Tom, respectable records for both of these two teams, South and Exeter.
Both teams, I think the winner of this game will have probably the upper hand in squeezing into that Final Four, maybe.
Right, because Exeter's got 12 wins right now, and South has 11.
Right. So it all depends on the rating and who they played. All right. So if they played out-of-state teams that aren't considered Division I, they get less points for winning those games. So you have to be careful about that. That's always screwed Girton up over the years. So you have to see how this works. But, I think the 5 best teams in the state are probably Exeter, South, Portsmouth. Let's see who else. Bishop Girton and Souhegan. Those are probably, in my mind, the 5 best.
Yep. They'll be battling it all the way to Bill Ball Stadium, I imagine, in June, the final, where Portsmouth has been setting a very high standard in girls lacrosse. They're 14-0 now in first place. They won a string of Division II titles, and then they switched over to 2023, and to Division I. They really didn't lose stride.
They've got a machine that's very similar to what Bishop Girton boys have had. In terms of just, winning wherever they go. So BG boys have been in, I think, 20-some-odd straight state finals. Incredible number. Division I. But Portsmouth is the real deal. They've beaten both these teams. They beat Bishop Girton pretty handily. I think they've beaten Souhegan already. They may still play them again. I'm not sure. They're sisters. The two coaches are sisters.
Right.
So sometimes they like to play each other twice.
Well, I saw a few teams playing each other twice. One was Londonderry played somebody home and home.
Probably Pinkerton.
Yeah, and that was interesting. Quirks of the schedule. BG's playing out-of-state teams. As you said, they make up points for doing that.
Well, the reason you do it is to get better because the out-of-state teams are better.
Right.
So I'd like to welcome in. He doesn't have a microphone, but my job shadow for the day, Nathan Wilder, who is that student at Chelmsford, Massachusetts, and he's here
right down the road. I see the stadium every time I drive down Route 3, right there on the right side.
I was thinking about having him come over to the house and start getting the pool ready for me, but I said no because the weather's not that good.
It's child labor, Tom. You can't do that.
It's job shadow, right?
I guess so, yeah.
I work from home. I mean, it's, so.
Who's going to win this thing? Exeter against. And by the way, at first glance, you might actually think that the purple-looking uniform. We can see purple are South, but that is the Exeter team in the dark uniforms.
Well, they're black. Those
they're
are
black.
Yeah, that's a black.
Okay,
Yep.
and South is in, of
Black
course, the
or
home
deep,
whites.
deep blue. Yeah. South's the home whites. Watch for Marin Lowell, John.
All right.
She's their scorer. She averages probably about 5 goals a game. She's already gotten over the 100th goal mark. And she's the one to stop. And, of course, the key in girls lacrosse is you got to win the draws because possession's 10/10 of the law.
South comes in here hot. They've won 5 of their last 6. Their only loss in that grouping was a 1-goal loss to Sauhegan. And so they've been on a nice streak here, but they're up against some tough competition this afternoon.
Yep. I mean, and they, look, that's what they want. They want to play tough competition so they get a good idea of how good they really are.
Right. Coaches are Angela Palmer for Exeter and Coach McIntyre
Kiki
for
McIntyre.
Kiki.
She's got the stick sports down pat. Her field hockey team is usually pretty good, and her girls lacrosse team is pretty good. And a lot of the same kids play both sports.
Yeah, she's got them on the rise. So we had some stick issue here that delayed the start of the game for a bit. But now we're ready to go.
These refs are so
so picky.
for crying out loud.
Marin Lowell taking the draw for Nashua South. Loses it to Exeter. And coming downfield with it is Carly Scherpf. Carly Scherpf, number 24. Running up against defender Karina O'Donnell. Passes it off to her right, gets it back. Carly Scherpf lining up a shot. Exeter has scored over 20 goals in a game twice this season.
Against who? That's the
North
question.
and Salem.
Right,
were the
there you
two
go.
opponents.
Right, 2 opponents who are kind of down
Sure.
in their programs.
And running into
Well,
some
right
defense
there.
here.
Oh!
Ball's on the turf. Opportunity for Nashua South to steal, and they do. Good defensive work
Cause turnover there.
on the loose ball.
Ground balls are the key in any lacrosse game. Pick up the loose balls. If you get the ground ball edge, you'll probably win.
Addie Borden got the pass from Carly Ben-Zekri as South moved the ball down the field smartly, trying to set up their first scoring opportunity. Just over a minute in, 12-minute quarters in New Hampshire High School girls lacrosse as South goes around the perimeter with the passes, looking for a weakness in this Exeter defensive front.
Excuse the cough, John. I'm a little under the weather today, so.
We can hear.
Yeah, the voice is not the usual. Been a tough couple of days.
It's pollen related, isn't it?
No, I don't think so.
And coming in right and close and tight, gets the shot away, but misses left. Marin Lowell, I believe, was wide with the shot from the low slot right in front.
Right, but in lacrosse, the closest person, to where the ball goes out is the team that keeps it. So
South, as long as it's an errant shot
teams
and not
usually have somebody back there.
and not a bad pass,
Right.
according to the rules. Cruising back there is Carly Ben-Zekri. She's off on the wing now at a tough angle, so she feeds it behind the net, and South rotates out in front, trying to get a shot away. Number 2 is repelled by a trio of defenders. Briley Landsteiner just couldn't get turned around. Here's Marin Lowell.
Number 3.
It's backed out, finding a shooting seam.
Triple
No.
team. Did you see that triple team
Yeah.
right there?
They wedged together as a
But you know what?
three-way
When
defensive sandwich.
you do that, you're going to eventually make contact. There's 3 chances to do it, and you do, and that's going to lead to a free possession shot. I say upper right-hand corner.
Looks like it's there for the taking. Marin Lowell goes in and she dunks it home for the game's first goal. South strikes first, 1-0. Want to welcome our Blue Hawk Media viewers today to Nashua ETV here in Exeter. It's a long drive. Sometimes people can't make it during the weekdays. Hopefully we'll have a big audience watching
Yes.
this great Exeter girls lacrosse team today.
Greetings to all the people in Exeter, and there's something right away that Exeter didn't like, and they're going to call. I think they're calling the timeout.
Yeah, they want to reset. So it's a 2-minute timeout in New Hampshire girls lacrosse.
That always screws me up when I look at the clock. Right?
Yeah, they just wipe out the actual time on the right
On
side.
one side, on the other side, it's 9:16 left.
in the first quarter. So the first goal took a while, almost 3 full minutes. South gets it after a turnover by Exeter. They'd won the opening draw of the match. Another good thing from playing the top teams, including Portsmouth, South gets to experience probably one of the best face-off people or draw players in the league. That's how Portsmouth big part of how they remain dominant.
Yeah,
right,
you got
John?
it. Right, you got it. That's how they do it, the draw. Yep. Everybody looks at the draw.
And if you go through that and find out who's the best in the business and what they do and the tricks of it, you can become better at it as the season goes along.
Well, that's why the best lacrosse player in the state, well, there's a couple of them, and a couple of them are at Bedford. One of them is at Bedford, but one of the best, and one of the best in the nation, is the BG kid who takes the face-offs.
Going to a Division I school, we
Yep.
determined, right? Yep. So back to the center circle we go. And Marin Lowell is back out there. To take the draw. For Exeter, player with the in profile to us right now, it's number 21, Haley O'Kane. And Marin Lowell wins that draw.
Yep.
She sprints downfield with possession before she gets bumped. And a restart.
Two of the best players in the area, Marin Lowell and Bishop Girton's Abby Lynn. If they have good games, you usually have a good game.
As a team.
Yep.
So South with it. Marin Lowell gets it back from Lizzie DeLello, is number 6 on the wing. Marin looking for a teammate to dish to, or will she run it in herself? Jukes to the right, dumps it on the turf, and quickly Exeter scoops up the loose ball.
Yep.
They put it on the turf.
And that's it. The transition game. You've got to have transition game in lacrosse, girls lacrosse. You need it desperately.
Lizzie DeLello was happy to steal it back, number 6 for South.
Those are 2 big turnovers.
Grace McElroy's number 5.
Oh,
Nice
what
feed
a
in the middle of
pass.
the goal.
What a pass.
Grace McElroy found the cutter. Marin Lowell, excuse me, it was Karina O'Donnell, number 5 for South, found Marin Lowell 5-3 for a goal. It's 2-0.
Yep. O'Donnell and Lowell, they've played together for a long time. They're both seniors, and they know where each other are on the field. And that was it, you know.
Looked like a pick and roll in basketball there almost, and
Sure did.
Marin found a soft spot behind the defender that was on Karina. And not much chance for Molly Byrne in goal, the junior netminder for Exeter. South's gotten 2 past her in the opening minutes. Another draw won by Marin Lowell. No, it's on the turf. Exeter trying to recover, and they do. Good scramble for that after initially losing the draw.
Ooh, nice pass.
Shot and a
And
miss.
a save. I think she
Oh,
got
she
a
got a
piece of it.
piece?
I think she got a piece.
Haley O'Kane, after recovering the draw, charged downfield, and her shot toward the bottom far corner, deflected aside by the South netminder. That's Lily Petrika. Spin move. Haley O'Kane. Is it some Carly Sherp?
Yeah, trying to
Number
organize
10
up
is
top.
Phoebe Christensen. Loses it. Scooped up by her teammate, Grace McElroy.
That would have been another big turnover had South been able to grab that ball.
Yeah, Grace picking up her teammate. Finds a seam and a whistle.
Violation.
Going to be a free position.
Yep.
I think she took a stick up around the shoulders as she sprinted through a big opening in the South defense. On the restart, the shot is on the turf and it's saved.
Another save.
Really making easy work of that ball down low. Controls the rebound, and now South trying to beat the full court press here by Exeter.
That's right. Well, and there it is. It works. And a great
And a slam dunk goal. It was a giveaway, unassisted. Ellie Dean makes the steal. The senior attacker puts home the Blue Hawks' first goal of the game.
Well, that's the play. You know, when you put the ball that high in the air, they knew you were going to try to get it over them. She has the reach with her stick and is able to grab that ball. It's better to pass to the side, John, right? Better to go to the side so you can then run down the sideline rather than try to put the ball up in the air like that.
Definitely. That was a dangerous pass, and Ellie Dean seized on it.
And an empty net,
And
basically.
the net was empty. Lily Petricka was out of the net when the Steelers.
Because she started the play to bring the play downfield.
Draw one by Exeter, threatening to tie it up here with 6.5 minutes to go first quarter. South up 2-1 for the moment. Anna Lieberman, number 9, drops it off in the corner to Kira Hayes, number 17, and behind the net it goes. Near wing. Anna Lieberman with it. Passes it up top. Grace McElroy thought about making a run to the goal. She dishes it in the low slot. Shot. Save.
Boy, what a great game.
Yep.
Goal.
Lila Petricka trying to...
See, here's another dangerous play, but one bounce and scooped up, and there you go. Here's the track meet starting, right?
Right. It was a high-risk pass, but it pays off this time for South. And they got it in the offensive zone.
Goaltender for South's got 3 saves.
Believe that was Nevea Eppolito on defense that ran that ball down on the left on the far side.
Yeah, Eppolito's one of their top defenders.
And so
Very
she
good.
sets up South with a good chance to get a 2-goal lead back. Marin Lowell passes it, gets it back. Hits the second cutter through. That's number 4. Goal! That's Addison Borden. Addie Borden found an opening. And got a
and
nice
what Borden
pass.
did was she lowered the stick and just kind of flicked it with her wrist. You know, she didn't shoot a traditional shot. She just kind of lowered the stick and just kind of pushed it.
3-1, South leading it early. They're in the first half at Stellos. South benefiting from some great goaltending in the early going from Lily Petricka and some quality chances that they have converted on the other end. Marin Lowell skies it, and a nice catch in midair by Karina O'Donnell. South doing a good job of winning these draws and gaining time of possession. All the way down to shoot it on the go, and it scores!
Wow.
Carly Benzekri with quite a rush.
You do not want to let South just penetrate like that off transition, right? Just can't have that.
And that's what the discussion is going to be as Exeter calls another
timeout. I don't blame her. I thought for sure she'd call one after that goal. That was too easy.
Yeah, you don't want to lose that many draws either if you're Exeter. They want to address that probably. So South is going to get a congratulatory out of here. Keep doing more of what you're doing, I suppose. But it's just like any other sport, lacrosse, a game of adjustments, and we'll see what these two teams bring out of the huddle. But an encouraging start, to say the least, for South, up 4-1.
Yep, 2 goals within 15 seconds of each other.
Yeah, I mean, you know, do the math on that. They're on pace to score like close to 20 at this rate.
Well, that's, yeah, it could be 20-19. These two teams can
Yeah,
put the
it's
ball in
true.
the net.
Yeah, matter of fact, I think Exeter was involved in the highest scoring match that I saw this season. It was something like 25-22, about 37 goals were scored in one of the games that they were involved in.
There you go.
Wyndham made the same jump that I noticed that Portsmouth made. They won the state title last year in Division II. Wyndham did.
Yes.
And then this year they're in Division I. Now they're 6-7, right? Like you'd expect.
They're finding the difference a little bit, but they have a Division I caliber size. It's just a matter of the ability of the program. So, but if this game is 25-22, Nathan, you're going to be taking notes at some point.
Yeah. That's a lot to keep track of.
Nathan's sister plays lacrosse at Chelmsford High School. It's a good team, too.
Wow. What sport do you play, Nathan? Football and rugby.
You're
Oh, it says
got
it
to be
right
running
there.
back, right? Running back? Huh? Linebacker, there you go, linebacker.
That's
all right.
terrific.
Only
Wow.
one way? Okay.
Nice.
Oh, wow, yep. Rugby, too. Wow, how about that?
Rugby's a real sport, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I used to watch the college matches and where I went, and it was pretty rugged, but they all like ate together afterwards. Good camaraderie. Yeah.
After they
murder each other.
kick each other's butts. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, break bread. Like hockey players, right? They all shake hands at the end of the series.
They do at the end of the series,
series,
but
yeah.
not usually at the end of the game. Usually
At the end of the game, they're screaming at each other.
Yeah, individual games, yeah. Behind the net it goes, and it's Exeter coming out of their timeout after getting a talking to from Coach Angela Palmer. They do gain possession.
Yeah, that's just it. That's a big win to get the draw.
Haley O'Kane, who won the draw, gets repelled by the defender, and she hands it off on the far wing. Gets it back. Haley O'Kane, dangerous player, looking for an opening. South very aware of her presence, though, and she's forced to go behind the net with it. The Blue Hawks trailing 4-1. 6 minutes played in this first quarter.
Seems like 16, doesn't it?
Well, it must for
With 2 timeouts already?
yeah for Exeter after 2 timeouts, and shot
Nope. She
saved
oh,
down
wow.
low.
I don't know if it made it. Did it make it?
Yeah, Lily Petricka took it off the shins, but Exeter managed to pick it
How
up
do
off the turf.
goalies not wear pads in this sport? I've taken those balls off the shin. It doesn't. It hurts like heck.
And the shot and
Goal. No. Yes. No. Yeah. It looks like it went in. Or was there a violation?
whistle before the shot.
All right. There we go.
Yep. And so free position, the restart for Exeter, and the shot, and another save down low. Lily Petricka's really good on those low ones. Carly Scherf took the shot, number 24 for Exeter, but they got to start going up high, I suppose.
I would if I were them.
A one-hopper pass received by Sage Devons. She gets it up ahead to Carly Ben-Zekri, and they get into the offensive zone again with pace.
Ben-Zekri's going to run all the way, I think.
She's done it once before, but Exeter does not let her do it again this time. As you said, Tom, it was too easy
They
last
didn't want
time.
another timeout, that's why. Where's Lowell?
Where is number 3?
I believe she's off to the left.
Yes, she is. She is on the same 20-yard line, but it's number 5, Karina O'Donnell, with the ball. She gives it to Lowell. Lowell's got it. Tried to give it back to O'Donnell. Goes over her head and fortunately ends up with Addie Borden, number 4 for South, who was in a straight line to pick up that loose ball. Shot over the net. Still South ball as they had a teammate back there. Wiley Hart has it. Wiley Hart coming out from behind the net. Dropped pass.
Nope.
Wrap around. Whistle before the shot. Sage Devons had a really good chance to score there, but the whistle sounded before.
Another free position. Looks like.
Yes. And it will be even with the goal line.
Yeah,
so,
although they don't get it to go attack the goal. They get it just to get it from where the play started.
So that's Wiley Hart with it in the corner. She gives it back to Sage Devons.
That's the sister of River Hart, right?
I believe so.
We'll be watching with the Nashua Silver Knights in about another week.
Yep. She gets body checked and the ball comes loose, but that is a restart. Free position for Wiley Hart. See if she lets it fly from there. 4-1, South leads it, threatening to add to that total right now. The shot and a save.
Yep.
Nicest save of the game so far by Molly Byrne, the
She
Exeter
should have
goaltender.
gone high upper right. That was left open. She decided to go low.
Exeter back on the attack now into the offensive zone. Covering a lot of ground with this sprint. Grace McElroy cuts back to the middle and hands it off to Claire Wilhelm. Now on the far side. Exeter with a good-looking attack here, getting in close. They've turned it over a few times, though, in close. And South's been able to pick up those loose balls. In the middle, shot goal over the goaltender's head.
Yeah, and that was a good shot. She elevated it because she held the stick up high, right? She held it high, almost like looked like a hook shot in a way.
Exactly, yeah.
Yep. Who was that, John?
That
Collins?
was Haley O'Kane with the goal number 21 with the over-the-top hook shot to give Exeter their second goal of the game. It's 4-2.
So for all the work South's done, they're only up 2 goals, right?
That's right.
It's a different deal.
Yep. A couple of timeouts called by the Blue Hawks to interrupt South's momentum.
And here's the all-important draw.
Yeah, sure is, because South wants to go up 3. Exeter's trying to cut it to 1. Haley O'Kane, who just scored the goal and has taken the draws for Exeter, is nearest to us in the dark uni.
1:37 left to play in the period.
And the ball comes loose. It's a foot race for the loose ball. Picked up cleanly by Exeter. Carly Sharp. Sharp has done that a few times. Feeds it to Claire Wilhelm. She's got a lot of space. Closed off.
They would love to reach the semifinals this year because where are they held? They're held at Exeter, right?
Bill Ball Stadium again.
So familiar territory for them.
Almost a shot there coming from Phoebe Christensen, but she pulled it down and passed it off. Haley O'Kane can't find an opening. She's escorted wide and behind the goal.
A minute left in the period. Do they hold it? I don't think so. I think they're going to go for the best shot available.
Up top it goes. Number 19 is Raquel Battle. Raquel hands it off. Inside,
right there.
Haley O'Kane off the post. And a big ricochet. Is it going to go out of bounds? No, it's recovered by Exeter inbounds. Nice save there by Carly Sharp. And she feeds a one-hopper to Grace McElroy. McElroy fended off by 3 defenders.
Uh-oh, right there. A nice pass on the run.
And a shot goes wide to the right.
Yep. She rushed it. Watch out.
Phoebe Christensen had the shot, number 10.
This is a great possession by Exeter. They're basically going to go for the last shot, I think. They ought to take their time here.
Forced to now. It's down to 10 seconds.
But you got to know the clock, right? You got to know the clock.
Coming up from behind the net. No whistle. They let him play.
Oh, it's a turnover. Nashua couldn't get great pickup by Exeter. Let's see.
And that's the horn sounds. I'm surprised there's no whistle, but I'm glad they're letting them play.
I'm glad they're letting them play too. The only thing is if Exeter's got a minute 37 on the ball, they need to get a shot off on goal. Right?
Sure do. That's Tom King. I'm John Collins. We have Battle with Exeter, not Battle of the Bridge. We've had enough of that, I guess, for 2025.
That ended yesterday with unified track and final tally for Battle of the Bridge, 9-4 in favor of South. So, all right, John Collins down. Nathan and I will go down on the field. I'll show him how I take photos and what I do there, and we'll be back either just before the half or right at the half.
Thank you, Tom. 4-2, South leads it as we go to the second quarter at Stellos. Welcome back, everybody, to Stellos as we go to the second quarter. South leading 4-2, benefiting from winning quite a few draws in that opening quarter. Kiki McIntyre has to be happy for her team to win that much time of possession that led to lots of quality scoring chances and 4 goals. Exeter will be protecting the goal to our left as we resume, and Nashua's netminder Lily Petricka will come down to our right. So teams heading in opposite directions here. with the change between quarters. A high draw won by Exeter off the turf with a sprint. Claire Wilhelm for the Blue Hawks draws a whistle. She got bumped or stick checked illegally there by Marin Lowell, so it's going to be a free position restart for Claire Wilhelm from the right angle that you see there. Number 11 for the Blue Hawks. Chance to make it a one-goal game. Cuts in front and scores. Ran directly across the goal mouth. Gave herself quite a good angle to shoot in the end. Avoided contact and scores the first goal of the second quarter. 4-3. No one thought South was going to run away with this, but they would have enjoyed getting an even bigger lead, I'm sure, with all the momentum they had in that first quarter and all the time of possession. Exeter was able to call some strategic timeouts, slow the momentum, and now it's just a one-goal game and anybody's draw once again at midfield. Great win there for South. It was number 6 taking the draw, Carly Benzekri, who wrestled it back in midair. Marin Lowell picked it out of there, and now she still has it. Marin Lowell got bumped, and ball ended up on the turf, but that's a foul, and she'll get the restart about 15 yards away from netminder Molly Byrne. Passes it and gets it back from Carly Benzekri. Marin Lowell feeds it inside, shot, and a goal. Great assist and finish by Marin Lowell, and Sage Devins gets the first goal for South here in the second quarter. Back to a 2-goal lead, 5-3 for the Panthers. Great teamwork in winning the draw. Ball never hit the turf, and then in scoring the goal, again, the ball didn't hit the turf as Marin Lowell hit the cutter. Sage Devins only about 5 yards away and was able to get it past the netminder. Taking the draw again for South is Carly Benzekri. Up against Haley O'Kane for Exeter, number 21, who's been very successful. And again, able to just get it in midair. And Marin Lowell, like clairvoyant, she knew just where it was going to come out and grabbed it in midair. A great instinct for where the ball's going to come out of that tussle, and beats the 2 Exeter Blue Hawk players to it. There's a heavy contact there. They let him play. They said it was a 50-50 ball. Marin Lowell got the worst of that collision, but South got the ball back. Heads up play by Carly Benzekri to scoop it up. Holding it still. Marin's trying to shake off that hit still. Carly Benzekri runs from one defender off of the other and behind the goal. Now she gets a pick. Benzekri still with it. Looking for a teammate to dish to. They're in short supply where she is. She's got to keep moving. Benzekri, between 3 defenders, finally took a hit, but they call a foul against South. It's a turnover. Good defense by Exeter. They gave up nothing on that South possession. There was some physical contact, but the officials said it was clean play. Almost. Marin Lowell again anticipating greatly, but Exeter manages barely to keep control of it. Downfield they come, inside, cutter, shot, goal. Great ball movement by the Blue Hawks. The finish applied by Carly Scherp from just a step away from the goal. It was a slam dunk in the end. South just could not get back on defense in time. And that's just evidence of great practice, passing and taking care of the ball and developing a high percentage shot right in front of the netminder. It is a 1-goal game again, 5-4. Exeter has not led. They have not yet tied, except for the 0-0 opening. South has had to struggle to win these draws. They've won a few and not been able to capitalize. Now winning it to herself. Nice play there. Carly Benzekri comes charging away from the center dot with the ball. with Exeter Blue Hawk players in hot pursuit. Hands it off to Marin Lowell, who has shrugged off that hit from about a minute and a half ago. And walking slowly toward the middle of the field at the 25-yard line. Marin Lowell, star player for the Nashua Girls Lacrosse team here in 2025. Everybody taking a collective breath. Marin still got it from what I can see. Now she goes to work. Fakes left, goes right, draws a triple team, dances around over there and not giving it up though, and she got bumped. They're going to call it a free position. So one of the Exeter players has got to go behind Marin. The other set up 5 yards away, and she restarts and shoots, and it's saved cleanly in midair by Molly Byrne. Like a first baseman on a flip from a pitcher, hard flip, in tight. Had no difficulty with it. Quick transition downfield. Here's Haley O'Kane. Molly Byrne did a good job with the outlet pass to get the ball moving toward the offensive zone, but now putting it on the turf is Exeter, and a whistle before they can steal it back. So a ball handling flub there by the Blue Hawks and a break for the South defense, which had been on its heels for a few possessions here, seemingly without answers of how to stop the Exeter attack. A very cohesive Exeter attack, but they do it that time and see if they can get out of their own end. Dancing near sideline, Karina O'Donnell runs into three determined Exeter players who are trying to divest her of the ball, and she's drawn the whistle. She's got one behind and two in front. She needs a white jersey, some teammate to throw it to, and she finds one finally, and number 15 is Madison Langer. Madison with a nice cross-field pass finds Carly Benzekri. Carly manages to gain all kinds of space to herself over there. Marin Lowell now with space to operate as well. Number 3 changes direction, goes to the right. Can't shoot from there. Good pass. Oh, it got into the facial area, I think, of one of her teammates. Not able to come up with it cleanly and trying to keep it in bounds. And they cannot. Out of bounds on an errant pass by the Panthers. So turnover. Exeter trying to come out of their own end. They've been pretty good at this. Marissa Lantini passes it up to Claire Wilhelm. She runs into a quadruple team and throws it over the top to Grace McElroy. In the middle, here comes that fast transition, fast break by Exeter. Managing to get possession of it somehow. The whistle is going to favor the Blue Hawks. A free position restart. The defenders besieged Claire Wilhelm right in the low slot. She fell to the turf. There's the whistle and the restart. The shot saved. That was actually Riley Benavidez, number 13, that was in the middle of all that. That took the shot, and it was great save down low again by Lily Petrika. She is solid on those low shots. It's not the way to beat her, apparently. One may have snuck by down there from in tight, but definitely has a knack for stopping those low ones. Now, difficulty coming out of their own end. South getting jostled by very aggressive attackers. They go after these loose balls and make life difficult for the defenders coming out over the midfield line. Check from behind with a stick check. They'll play on with advantage. The Panthers gaining all kinds of ground before the defenders get in the way. Ball was knocked out of the possession of Karina O'Donnell, but picking it up is Carly Benzekri. Carly has been a key reason why the Panthers are ahead, still 5-4 with just under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Carly Benzekri, number 6. She gets body checked. Exeter staying aggressive. They don't give the ball handler much room to breathe at all. One of the keys to their success this season. Behind the net, trying to come out in front. Wiley Hart passes it. Inside, off the post. That was a great pass from Wiley Hart. And a nice shot attempt or goal attempt by Carly Ben-Zekri, but she got the outside of the pipe and her teammates were there to pick it up. Getting pushed from behind is Sage Devens. She feeds it off to number 4. Addie Borden gets stick checked or body checked, and she'll restart from there. Free position for the Panthers. Clock continues to roll. 5 minutes exactly to go in the first half. Scoring has slowed down quite a bit here in the second quarter, but South still clinging to a 1-goal lead, 5-4. They have led from the outset. They were up 2-0 and 4-1. There's a whistle before any shot. And it looks like maybe an interference call away from the ball against the Blue Hawks. So a golden opportunity here to maybe shoot on the whistle. Addie Borden charging in and shot, goal up high. Addie Borden, nice play. Knew just what she wanted to do with it as she charged in on Molly Byrne, who really just had a guess where the ball was going, and it went up in the upper right corner. Short-handed goal by the Panthers to take a 2-goal lead again on the Blue Hawks, 6-4 with 4:25 remaining in the first half. South has found itself in a lot of tight contests this season, including just recently a 13-12 battle. Unfortunately for them, they came out on the wrong end of it, but that had to be quite a game against Souhegan a few weeks ago. Marin Lowell again winning the draw from Carly Ben-Zekri. Nicely done by the Panthers and just taken away by Exeter. As they move it downfield quickly, Haley O'Kane gets it taken away from her. Loose ball on the turf, 50-50, and it's picked up by Karina O'Donnell. Great back check by her. She has a nice pass to Addie Borden. Addie Borden, who just scored, sprinting downfield, taking advantage of all that green. Cuts back to the middle, passes it. Inside, turnaround, goal! What a tic-tac-toe play by South as it ends up being scored by Sage Devens on the feed from Briley Landsteiner, who also took a great pass from Carly Ben-Zekri. What a play by South, or Addie Borden was the one that sprinted down all that distance to set up the Panthers for their 7th goal of the game. Just when it looked like maybe Exeter was going to come back and tie and or go ahead, South has come up with another push on offense and taken a 3-goal lead, back to their biggest lead of the game, with 3:49 remaining in the second quarter, first half. Draw at midfield. The beautiful new field, the field turf here at Stellos Field, Mata Field, Stellos Stadium. They had to end the season early last year because of the football season early because of the poor condition that was deemed unsafe to play on any further. And this is the spectacular result. Carry over into next football season and beyond, of course. South wins another draw, by the way, and they are back on the attack. Something that Exeter is going to have to discuss at halftime, how to win their share of those midfield battles. It feels like we don't have the official stats, but it feels at least 60-40, 60% in favor of Nashua South to this point. South in the white jerseys and taking their time here. Under 3 minutes to go. No real pressure on the ball handler, Karina O'Donnell. Now she makes a move to her left, number 5 for South with it. Looking to pass and or shoot. She gets sticked away by the defender for Exeter, who did a nice job on her there and gave up nothing. Number 11 is Claire Wilhelm. Moved her feet. Player cringes like she got hit in the side of the face. Good pass. Stumbling, though, and losing her footing, Carly Benzekri got assisted to the turf, they say, by a push from a Blue Hawk defender. So South will benefit from a restart, free position at an angle to Molly Burns' left of the goal. Charging in, Benzekri's shot is blocked by the goaltender. And South gets it back with a whistle. Body contact on the way toward the netminder. Benzekri shoots and scores. Exeter probably feeling like they had to gamble with less contact there and try to rely on their goaltender to come up with a miraculous save, but it was basically a slam dunk up in the upper right corner for Carly Benzekri, who's got at least 2 goals by my count. In an 8-4 South lead. They have had a dominant first half in the totality of the action. South has had the upper hand, clearly, and it shows on the scoreboard. 8-4. The draw with 1:44 to go. Exeter desperately needs a win here at midfield. It goes straight up in the air and bounces, and coming away with it is Carly Schrempf, and she passes it in front and a goal. So South kind of gambling up too high, leave themselves vulnerable in the back, and it's Anna Lieberman, number 9, that scores the goal, and the recipient of some smooth, fast-moving passing by her Blue Hawk teammates. Anna Lieberman finishes it off. The senior attacker and midfielder narrows the deficit to 3. 8-5. South leads it. Still chance for a goal or more here with a minute and a half to go, especially if they come that quickly. That one took all of about 5 seconds, it felt like, from the draw to when Exeter potted it home. Loose ball on the turf. Team's fighting for it, and a great job by Karina O'Donnell to outsprint Haley to it, and got jostled, got fouled with possession. South, with 1:10 to go, would like to control it for the rest of the half, I am sure. They go behind the net. Addie Borden passes it to Wiley Hart. Around the perimeter it goes. Sage Devens, and now number 2 is Briley Landsteiner. Good job on receiving the low pass by Karina O'Donnell. Karina skipping to her right, now walking back to her left. 42 seconds to go. Clock's ticking down rapidly. South with a 3-goal lead, may be content to play for the last shot. Exeter had the ball at the end of the first quarter. They had 1:37 and never really did get a good shot away. South doesn't want to mimic that occurrence, but Exeter's making it difficult to get a quality shot here. Sage Devens up top, dangerous pass on the turf, and a chance for anybody to scoop it up, and Exeter does. Right in front of their own net. Grace McElroy comes away with it and draws a triple team of attackers into the corner, and almost a steal and scooped up by the goaltender. Time expired, though, in that mad scramble. It served as a deterrent to Exeter going down the field for another one of those fast break goals. So it is a successful first half for South in taking a lead. They're up 8-5 as we'll take a break. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. You're watching New Hampshire Girls Lacrosse action in May of 2025. It is 8-5 South over Exeter at the half. We'll come back with our Nashua ETV viewers and also our Blue Hawk media viewers after this halftime break at Stellos. Welcome back to Stello Stadium in Nashua as we go to the second half of what's been a very entertaining, very well-played girls lacrosse game here at the latter end of the New Hampshire girls lacrosse and boys lacrosse seasons. It's been very warm here in other games played at Stello's. A few weeks back, we had temperatures up into the 80s, I believe, and today feels more like the beginning of the season. It's been high temperature around 60, very overcast, and just a kind of a chilly May day. The players, they're oblivious to the weather. It feels like they're just in top season form, especially that player right there, number 3, Maren Lowell, who is walking to the center of the field, as you can see through our camera. Tim O'Neill on camera again for Nashua ETV and for our Blue Hawk Media viewers as well in Exeter. Welcome. As you're in for a treat to see how this game ends up. It's been hard fought. South had started off with lots of momentum. They went up 4-1 before Exeter narrowed it to 5-4, and then South had another push near the end of the first half to pull away by 8-4. Exeter got the final goal of the second quarter to make it 8-5. South's been winning a lot of draws. Carly Benzekri and or Maren Lowell getting credit for winning those draws, sometimes teaming up. They've done it again here to open the action in the third quarter. Holding the ball, walking toward the middle is Addie Borden. She has a goal in this game, number 4 for South, getting double teamed here and forced to pass. Maren Lowell runs into traffic, and to her right, got stick checked a little bit too aggressively there, according to the official, and she gets a restart from about 20 yards out. The pass went over the head of a teammate, but we got a hard stick check called against Exeter. They don't want to give up any easy goals, and yet you're not allowed to body check like they do in the boys' game where they wear the full pads. Maren Lowell on the restart in front and shoots and scores. Maren Lowell does it again. Kind of casual about it. No huge celebration. That's because been there, done that many times. Number 3 for the Panthers, Maren Lowell on the restart. Ran across the goal mouth, similar to how Exeter scored in the second quarter. And the goalie doesn't really have much of a chance. It's more luck, if anything, if you can get a body part or your net on it. Try to stop from in such tight quarters. Maren made no mistake. Put it in the far left half of the goal. I think it was kind of toward the top. 9-5. South leads it by 4 as the clock ticks down towards the 2-minute played mark here in the third quarter. We have another restart. Was not a quality draw according to the official. Number 13 for Exeter is Riley Benavides taking the draw for the Blue Hawks against Carly Benzekri for South. It's on the turf. Maren Lowell's won a lot of those balls, but this time it's Claire Wilhelm Haley O'Kane. Haley O'Kane came away with the loose ball after the contested draw. Put it on the turf. Spinning away from a couple of defenders was Lizzie DeLello, and she's able to get it to a teammate. Goes to the far side. Haley O'Kane gets free, gets some space on the far side. Haley O'Kane, key player for this Exeter team.
Hello, John Collins.
Welcome back, Tom King.
Yes, I would have been back sooner. I had took Nathan over to
show him the ropes.
Yeah, a little bit, and I had some information I needed to get from Lisa Gingras.
I saw you interviewing her down there.
Yep, and
welcome back. South maintaining that lead. They were up 4-1, and now they're up 9-4, 9-5.
Who scored that ninth goal?
That was Maren Lowell on the restart.
All right.
Charging in, making no mistake.
Okay.
She's almost so casual about it. The fans were wondering, did they score? And they're not really celebrating that much. It was like a been there, done that goal by Marin Lowell. But they need a lot more of that if they're going to keep this tough Exeter team at bay. Exeter drew within 1.
They're tough. Well, the thing now, South. All right. So what happened is South with that run of 3 goals in the second quarter, right? Late in the second quarter.
Made it 8-4.
Yeah, 8-4. So they established control there after it was 5-4. They said it's our game. We're setting the pace, and that gives them a little bit of a cushion. But they got to be careful because you can get 4 goals in a hurry in lacrosse.
Yeah, great sprint there by Sophia Wilhelm for Exeter as she flips the field in favor of the Blue Hawks. In front, shot, goal.
Scores, yeah. Flip the stick down, John. She got the stick down and shot low.
Haley O'Kane, I believe it was 21 for Exeter.
Because you notice, right, where do the goalies do it? Right, they have the stick, John. They have the stick cross and high. So it takes time to bring it down.
Does.
So if I were a kid shooting, I would try to make most of them low because I think you can beat the goalie with a low shot better than you can beat her with a high shot. Unless she lives part of the net open. Who scored that for Exeter?
That was Haley O'Kane, who's about to take the draw.
Yep.
She's got like a fadeaway shot down low and got it past. Well, Haley O'Kane is lurking on the. There's a strategy change by Exeter. They have number 13, Riley Benavides, trying to feed it over to Haley O'Kane, and that worked on the last draw.
Exeter needs a run, right? They need a run. They've got to get 3 or 4 in a row. And to do that, you got to win the draws or make saves or turnovers.
Marin Lowell with a long charge downfield's gonna run out of room.
Right, John, we were down there on the field. I mean, I think Nathan can attest to this. Nate can attest to this. Lowell was they just knocked her all around. They didn't let her do anything. Number 3, they didn't let her do anything.
No easy goals,
no,
right?
he was standing right with me, and we were watching her, and she could not get free at all.
Getting in front of her and making life difficult. Marin Lowell, great player for South, but Exeter's fully aware of her presence, especially when she's got the ball. And they try to close her off. This time it's Karina O'Donnell that scored, but the whistle came first.
Right, no celebration. That was the tip-off, right?
Yep.
7:07 to play here, third quarter, and we'll see.
It's a curious thing about the rules in girls lacrosse. It's Karina O'Donnell shoots and it's saved.
She went low, and my theory did not work because the Exeter goaltender got the stick down.
She did, but it might have hit the inside of her foot. I'm not sure on the rebound.
It might have. Yeah, it might have.
Yeah, positional save.
Because the ball bounced away,
Right. I think her stick was still on the way down.
John, the ball hits me in the foot.
Hopping around?
We're calling 911.
There's a shot, but no, Marin Lowell got...
See, we got a rugby player here.
Yeah.
Right. And what he doesn't know is I'm a wuss.
Little elements of rugby from what you're telling me, what you saw down on the field when Marin Lowell had the ball. She has it right now on the free position. Number 3 for Nashua South. And shoots and hit the post maybe. Karina O'Donnell's shot misses, and now South still has it. So a flurry of chances, but no goal yet.
In my mind, this is a must goal for South. They can really establish themselves, get it back up to 4, and not let Exeter cut it to 2.
Yeah, it would be a big swing if they don't score.
2-goal swing if they score here.
Sage Devins lost it, but she got fouled on the way to the middle.
Nate, what position does your sister play? Defense, okay. So she's the one doing the hacking. Right?
Yes, she's the one doing that. Shot, goal!
Score.
Oh, that was the high velocity shot of the game so far by Sage Devins.
Devins played a great second quarter. We were down there, and she was always in front. She used her, she's a big kid. She used her ability to kind of maneuver herself around. And I thought that she really, set the tone in that second quarter for South.
Yeah, that was an unstoppable shot. Sniper goal with velocity by Devins. I have her for 3 goals at least, Tom. Hat trick.
Yep.
Of the 10 that the Panthers have now, 10-6. They continue to keep Exeter at long arm's length here on the scoreboard, up by 4. And again, the all-important draw. That's key to the Exeter comeback. Instead, another clean win for South. Marin Lowell on the one-hopper, receiving it from Carly Benzekri's win of the draw. And here's Addie Borden. She has scored in this game. She's going to feed it to Benzekri, the trailer. Benzekri, where's this whistle for? It's a body check on Carly, so restart free position for South. Carly looking for somebody to pass to immediately. She does. Shot. Save is made. Kareen O'Donnell went low.
Great save.
Yeah, and anticipating Molly Byrne was down there to get it. Steal. The defenders for Exeter come up big. And sprinting downfield with it, number 13 is Benavides.
Wow, they made it tough. This is one of the tougher transition games I've seen, right? Nobody's getting an easy run down the field.
Clean save, knocked the stick out of the hand, and that might have hurt as well. Now, a rare time where you see a goaltender kind of bent over in pain. I don't know if they got her in the hands, but she made the stop, did Lily Petrika. That was a tough save.
She bent over in pain, or was she just trying to reach for her stick?
Maybe you're right. Maybe she's just reaching for the stick, but...
John,
there's another save.
John, I'm the one who bends over in pain.
I know. I mean, Lily Petrika was fantastic in that sequence right there. She made 3 saves and got the loose ball.
When did you turn 65, Nate? It ain't easy.
It ain't fun either.
No, your flexibility is out the window.
I'm looking at Lily right now, Tom. I think she took a hard shot somewhere in the mid.
Yeah.
Maybe she's pointing at her knee, the right knee. Yeah, I mean, talk about toughing it out.
Yeah, I see it. Yep, she's pointing down with her right hand.
She did not really take her eye off the ball at all in that sequence.
Well, John, do they wear knee pads? I don't even know.
No, I don't think they do they?
I mean, they must.
That's a heavy ball to take right off the knee at velocity.
Do you wear pads in rugby, Nate?
No, they don't wear knee pads.
Yeah. Wow, what a He-Man sport, huh?
Marin Lowell to Benzekri, they've teamed up well. 3, 6, 5. Kareen O'Donnell as well. Addie Borden. A potent South attack. Holding it, Carly Benzekri off of a pick by Kareen O'Donnell, who's looking about passing it to her. Now she finds some opening and shot, a goal.
Big goal.
Carly Benzekri, nifty goal there.
Big goal.
Was looking to pass, and then she took what the Exeter defense gave her.
South's biggest lead of the game, 5.
5 up, and 3 goals for Carly and for Sage.
All about the start, right, John?
It is, right?
All about the start and how this game started. They took it over right away, 2-0 lead. They haven't trailed. It's never been tied up. They've controlled this game from start, and we'll see if they can make it all the way to finish.
And the Exeter coaching staff wants the officials to look at the stick of Carly Benzekri.
Yeah.
What kind of voodoo is in this stick? Because it's been winning a lot of draws and scoring a lot of goals, but nothing wrong with it, according to the official.
For those who didn't hear Nate's, because he doesn't have a microphone, Nate's answer about the equipment, the only equipment they use in rugby in Massachusetts is a mouth guard. And John,
yes,
it is an it is a MIAA sport in Massachusetts. He's in Division 2. Chelmsford's in Division 2. There's 20 teams in Division 2.
That's fantastic.
How many in Division 1? Same. Wow, that's a lot. Wow.
So, Tom, that's the one sport in your long, illustrious career you'd never covered.
Never covered it. Nope.
You'd probably have to learn a few rules.
Yeah, I'd have to learn the whole thing.
Carly Benzekri.
But you know what?
Feels it.
You know what? I got my teacher right here.
Yeah, you do.
He's going to owe me after today.
Yes.
If I ever have to cover it, you're the first guy I'm calling.
It's a try instead of a touchdown, right? Is that, yeah? Okay, dancing around. Addie Borden fakes left, goes right, back left again. Kind of a soft shot. It is a shot, they rule, so it's still South ball. If it was an errant pass, it would have been a turnover. Coming out of the corner, Sage Devens. She's going to get her 4th goal. Lurking, that's a risky pass.
Yeah,
it's on the turf.
Yep.
And who's going to come up with it? It's just in a tangle of legs and bodies, and South gets it. Karina O'Donnell got fouled, but play on with advantage, the official says. Running into a double team is Ben Zekri, or Marin Lowell, rather. It seems like Marin Lowell takes the worst of anybody. Maybe because she's not the tallest player.
No, she's their scorer.
She's their star.
She's their star.
She's a magnet for abuse.
Exactly. And she is, she's small. She's not real big, but O'Donnell's small too. I mean, they're not huge. I mean, both played. They're 3 sport athletes. They played basketball. They played field hockey.
Right.
I think Lowell played field hockey. I know O'Donnell did.
Shot.
Save.
And a save. Molly Byrne has tallied double digits in saves, but still with an 11-6 lead, South, as they get stopped. And Exeter likes to do this fast. They like to score fast if they can.
Less than a minute left to play in the quarter. They can't waste the time like they did at the end of the first quarter, right?
Minute 37.
Right. They wasted all that time.
Nothing to show for it.
Oh, that's lucky. They didn't lose it.
Ends up with an Exeter teammate dancing to her right. Behind the net, it's number 9. She's got a goal. It's Anna Lieberman. She passes it to Carly Scherp. Scherp.
Nice
throw in the
feed.
middle, and it's
she had an open net.
yeah,
she
contested shot, it looked
but
like.
She missed it. She missed it over the net. She had a wide open net.
Yeah.
And there's 12 seconds left. They got to make this quick.
Grace McElroy had the chance.
They can't. One pass and that's it. They can't go 2
5
passes.
seconds.
She's got to shoot it.
Haley O'Kane knows she has to shoot it, and she scores.
Oh, wow. That's a great goal by Exeter. They had to score there.
That's the player, if you're Exeter, you want to have the ball in a clutch situation.
Right.
Senior Haley O'Kane.
Yes, exactly.
Has been their best player this afternoon.
She sure has.
And she comes up big there. So she gets one.
That's a big goal.
It is. It improves Exeter's chances to come back in this thing dramatically.
1.5 seconds left.
Instead of having to get 5 goals and hold basically South to none, it's a 4-goal game. And the draw is just about a formality here. There's no real way to score in a second and a half in lacrosse from midfield. And that'll do it. So we'll go to the 4th quarter. South in control for now, up 11-7. John Collins with Tom King and Nathan Wilder and Tim O'Neill on camera. Come back with us for the exciting conclusion. 4th quarter coming up at Stellos. Welcome back to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. Nashua ETV and Blue Hawk Media coverage of Exeter girls visiting Nashua High South here at Stellos Stadium. For some of our Exeter viewers, Tom, it's probably their first look at Stellos since the new turf got laid down, and they took our hedges away.
Yeah, they took the hedges away because they wanted the balls would get lost in the hedges, and there'd also be insects nesting in the hedges and all that stuff. And it was just, it's easier when you have, and also the fence that you can see and you and Exeter can see on the far side of the field. Exeter does not have a fence on the far side, I don't believe. Maybe they do, I'm not sure. But it keeps the ball in the field of play usually, unless it's a high shot.
Yeah.
But a ground ball will stay in, otherwise it might, especially soccer. So.
Will the football players be running faster on it in September? Is that how it works?
I think they'll probably be slipping on it in September because it's slippery. You can tell it's slippery. It'll be broken in by then, though, I think. So. It's not exactly balmy down there, John.
No, huh?
No.
Feels like March.
Yes, it does.
So the draw to begin the fourth quarter, and South leads 11-7. They've been winning a lot of these. Exeter starts it off with a win in the fourth quarter, though, as they look to make up a 4-goal deficit. Downfield with a push, there's Carly Scherpf. She hands it off to Anna Lieberman. Lieberman gives it to Riley Benavides, and it comes up top. Benavides with it.
This game is going to come down to these next 12 minutes, John. I mean, it's a cliche, but really, if Exeter can make a run and make it interesting, then we've got a game.
That's
so
right.
We're only down 4. That's like, you know, being down 4 in basketball. You can make it up very quickly.
And of course, it's time of possession and number of possessions that's important in a comeback. South would be content to trade goals if they could.
Right. Yep. Good point.
But as you said, Tom, Exeter's looking to go on a run. They're taking their time to get this first shot away, up in front, and a goal. Quality, high percentage shot. Riley Benavides with just about a slam dunk as she wrapped around from behind the net.
Yep. Got it up.
So Exeter converts on the opening possession of the fourth quarter. That took about a minute. Minute 4. They do stop the clock after goals.
At least when there's no, it's got to be 12-goal difference to
Right.
10 or 12. I'm not sure which. I always lose track.
So Claire Wilhelm versus Carly Benzekri. Claire Wilhelm in the dark uniforms for Exeter, and Carly Benzekri in South's home whites.
So it's a 3-point game. It's a 3-goal game. It's anybody's game now, pretty much.
Keep an eye on the secondary players here. They've won a lot of draws, both teams have, by casting the ball to the teammate. Karine O'Donnell's really good about getting loose balls, as is Marin Lowell, who I believe is on the left side of the circle as we look at it.
Yes, looks that way, right? They've got their ace in there.
She caught a few in midair, like charging forward. There she goes again, trying to outrace the Exeter defender, and Marin Lowell wins the battle.
Yep.
Such a key foot race right there.
Well, the thing is, the key is, again, I always say it, ground balls. Boy, she hit the ground. That's the 4th time she's hit the ground
Addie
in this
Borden
game.
passed it, and a clean steal.
Picked off.
Oh, that's just a defensive back, a safety coming up and picking off the pass.
No kidding.
Number 12, that was Alex Gerard.
Watch
and
out.
South break chance. Fast break chance for South, and it's a save and a pickup of the loose rebound.
I think the ball dropped out of the shooter's basket before she got the shot off.
Illegal stick contact on the net minder.
I'd have to see that again. There's Dan Young will work the replays.
Risky pass on the turf. Exeter's ball. South failing to take it out of their own end after gaining the rebound. Shot goal.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's huge. Exeter is now officially saying, we are here.
Well, that's Haley O'Kane again. And, well, there's no really sure way to save a ball in that close, Tom, but I don't think Lily should have came out and charged the goal scorer there. Made it easier for
the thing is, you allowed her to get that close,
Haley
right?
to go over the top. Yeah,
you allowed her to get that close. You got to use your body, and now South's going to call a timeout with 9:53 to play in the game.
I believe this is the first time that South has used a timeout in the contest.
No reason to earlier.
Right, they were just content to go with the breaks after the quarters at halftime, but now that run that Tom talked about, it looks like Exeter is on it. And we go back to that steal in close. South had a great chance to score what would have been their 12th goal. Could have had a 4-goal lead back. But
you can go back to a couple of steals in this game that Exeter scored off of, right?
Yeah. That was Alex Gerard, senior defenseman, that saw that pass coming from a ways away, and she just stepped in the middle.
Remember earlier in the game, there was a turnover right in front of the goal. The goaltender was even out of the net.
Yeah.
And Exeter had had an open net and the layup. You know,
A
just
giveaway. I think it was Ellie Dean that got that goal, senior attacker, and she said thank you very much. And opportunistic. That's how you win a lot of games.
That's how you do it.
So Exeter came into this contest with 12 wins near the top of the standings, and South had 11 wins. This could have evened them up and set up South for the tiebreaker perhaps later in the playoff seedings, but they still have this 2-goal lead. Exeter drew within 1 goal in the first half. It was a 5-4 game before South pushed off again and went out in front 8-4. These two teams looked well matched on paper, and now they're well matched on the field. Carly Benzekri will take the draw versus Exeter's Claire Wilhelm. Right behind her is Marin Lowell with nobody really near her. And so look for Carly to try to backhand this. Now she is joined. Marin Lowell was not going to be left alone. So
I know it. No, she's right there on the side.
yeah, she's trying to box out the player. And if this is Carly Benzekri, I think she's going to try to like backhand it right behind her.
Yeah, she's going to try to backhand it to
with his
Lowell.
open space.
Right. Drop it around the 40. Nope.
And Marin's got it. So good with that loose ball on a one hop. Picks it up and gets an escort. Bumping down the field goes Claire Wilhelm with Marin. Marin ducks away from the defender and passes it back out. South needs a goal to stop this Exeter momentum that has drawn the Blue Hawks to within 2. Spin move. Karina O'Donnell passes it on the wing. Addie Borden has it. Passes back to Karina O'Donnell.
Clock is in Nashua's favor, but they can't use too much time or get out of sync. They need goals.
They do. Marin Lowell back to Karina O'Donnell on the move. Bounced it. Didn't really get a good shot away.
No, she had the move, and then she kind of stopped.
Kind of lost it.
Yeah.
Looked like she did all the hard stuff and then couldn't get the slam dunk goal. And then Exeter puts it on the turf, and a nice steal by Sage Devins. Here's Marin Lowell, takes a hard push, and there's a whistle. Marin Lowell hasn't scored for a while, Tom. They've made life difficult for her, of course, but here's a chance for South star player.
She scored to start the third quarter.
Shot and a save.
Wow.
But she got fouled hard that time.
Yep.
Yellow card.
Hits the turf for the 5th time.
The yellow card came out.
The yellow card came out, which means there'll be a man down. Exeter will be a man down.
Yeah, and the offending party apparently is Claire Wilhelm.
Yeah.
Who has been a very energetic defender. And she's one of the reasons why South hasn't gotten a lot of easy goals. But when you push the envelope and push the players, sometimes you'll have to pay the price. So she's in the penalty box with a yellow card. And a restart for South with a chance, man up, shot, goal.
There it is,
Marin Lowell. Bounced it to the far side as she ran right, shot left, and it is a 12-9 South lead. They got that elusive 12th goal.
That's big.
Yep.
Not only is it big because they scored, but they had the ball for a long time.
And they took about 2 or 3 minutes off the clock.
Right.
8:28 to go.
Exeter scored with 9:53 left, so they took about a minute and a half. Again, apologize for the coughing and sneezing and wheezing and
Yeah, they got rid of the hedges at Stells, but they couldn't get rid of all the pollen, huh?
It's not the pollen.
Not the pollen, sorry.
No. You know, Riverheart's dad said the same thing to me.
Yeah.
As I was coughing when he saw me, he says, "Oh, you get the pollen." I go, "No, Colin's tried that line. It doesn't work. Doesn't work."
I got a family member that has the pollen, sickness, and it sounds the same.
River has entered the transfer portal, so.
Oh, he has.
It looked like he's gonna. I wasn't surprised because they hadn't placed him for the summer.
Uh-huh.
So he asked if he could go to Nashua, and they said, "Yeah, sure." So
talking about the Nashua Silver Knights baseball team.
Yep. Silver Knights baseball team, a wooden bat collegiate league game.
Yes, the Futures
team.
Collegiate Baseball
Yeah, the
League, where
Futures
Ben Rice
Collegiate
just
League.
played for a couple seasons.
Ben Rice played it, the Yankee Slugger. Yep. And so did Sal. What's his last name? Sal Frelick. Yep.
Yep.
He played. So they have some guy. And then recently in 2020, because it was the only game in town, no one else was playing because of COVID. A lot of the Cape League players played in that league. So it was quite a year. And Nashua won the title. So now it's a lot of Division II, Division III guys, but there's some Division I guys and some talented players, and there's draft picks that are in the league. So guys that will be drafted. So it's a good league. It's a 6-team league, and Nashua it's in its 15th season. Draws in Nashua about 1,500 a game. So it's like covering a minor league team.
So, Tom, Exeter's offense gave you a chance to talk baseball because they're not taking a quick shot here. They're down by 3. They get a shot away, but it's saved and secured by Exeter. The rebound, they got it back, the Blue Hawks did.
I know I won't have that much time, John, because these aren't 3-hour games like baseball is.
Right, but I mean, you would think that Exeter would want to shoot quicker because they're down 3. But they took a good minute off the clock already in this possession, have yet to score. Phoebe Christensen on the restart, the free position, the shot, save, beautiful save.
Yep.
Lily Petrika on
Caught
a
it.
high velocity shot. Yes, cleanly done. Now the tricky part, to get it out of your own end with the full court press being put on.
Well, she got it over. That's good.
Gave it to the right player. Karina O'Donnell gets it up court. To upfield to Marin Lowell. Marin Lowell with all kinds of space, going to sprint downward.
John, in the season opener, Girton Londonderry, I saw, I'll tell you after this possession.
Sage Devons put it on the ground, but Abby Borden scores.
Wow.
Oh, that's a dagger right there.
That's tough for Exeter, that's for sure.
That's 13-9, 4-goal difference with only 5:50 left. So it is looking more and more like South may take this.
And that was
Abby Borden.
Abby Borden, yeah.
Yeah, and she wasn't really the intended recipient of a pass. It was kind of like a lucky bounce that she was right in the right spot.
Actually, it's Addison Borden, right?
Addison Borden, yes, sorry.
Borden, right.
I'm assuming that she goes by Addie, but apologies if she doesn't.
Oh, I thought you said Abby.
Oh, Addie.
You said Addie. Yeah, there you go. That's tough to try to make.
Right,
try to be able to,
and we can add one.
Right. Add one, exactly.
She's got at least 2, maybe 3 goals in this game. A lot of hat tricks to go around. Marin Lowell again with a great sprint in the middle of all that. And the loose ball is picked up by Karina O'Donnell. Another win on the draw by the Panthers.
Next Wednesday at 10:30 in the morning, the Silver Knights will open their season at Holman Stadium in Nashua. First of 2 yellow bus days.
Marin Lowell shot
it. Oh, she had a wide open left side.
It looked like it.
Yep.
I think she shot to the right. Play on, says the official.
That's the thing when you're shooting the ball. How much control do you have with that aim, right? You know, I never carried a lacrosse stick.
Right. I mean, you watch the elite players. It looks like they can put the ball in the hole the size of the ball. I mean, that's that accurate.
And of course, the NCAA lacrosse championships are this weekend down at Gillette Stadium.
Who's playing? Do we know?
There's Final Four.
Did Bowdoin make it?
No, Bowdoin did not. Tufts beat them.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, the all-world Bowdoin team.
Yep, Tufts beat them.
So many levels of talent in lacrosse. It's amazing. Tufts beat them. They had 2 good battles this season, I think. Tufts and Bowdoin.
I don't know what the score was, but I saw when Bowdoin was there. I said, well, that means that Tufts played him and lost.
The reward is...
Or that Bowdoin played him and lost.
Championship at Gillette. Karina O'Donnell gets escorted away from the net by 4 Exeter players. Count them. She does get fouled, and they play on. Loose ball, trying to pick it up with Sage Devons, but instead Exeter comes up with it. A key turnover for the Blue Hawks. They are trailing by 4 with under 4 minutes to go. Ball's on the turf. Foot race. And a foul committed against the Panthers.
Well, Exeter with 3:45 to play. No, it's against Exeter. So South's got the ball.
I'm sorry. Yes.
So now they just turned it over.
Right. The Blue Hawks was against them.
So now Exeter can't waste time. They have to get down there and score. And if you're Nashua, go ahead, knock the ball around, right?
Well, it was sort of haste makes waste. Last time they had the ball, they tried to go so fast they ended up fumbling it.
So this is where your defense wins you the game.
Sprint downfield comes Alex Gerard. She hands it off to Haley O'Kane. Behind the net it goes, number 8.
With about a minute to play, John Collins, I'll go down on the field.
Riley Benavides with it. Under 3 minutes to go. Riley Benavides comes out and shoots, and it's saved. Might have hit the post. The goalie's looking all around for it. Meanwhile, it's out in front.
Exeter got it back.
The whistle, let's see. A lot of contact.
Yep.
Restart, Exeter. That's Josie Drunzik would be number 8. The bounce shot misses to the left.
It's a big miss because now you got 2:20 to play.
Yeah. Exeter trying to just shoot.
You're running out of time.
Turn around, not able to get the shot away. Good defense by South. No easy shots. Clock continues to roll here even as they get into position. 2 minutes left. Whistle. Shot, goal. That is Claire Wilhelm with the no doubter, but it took a while, and that helps the Panthers' cause. Up 13-10 with 1:53 remaining.
Still a game. Still a game in lacrosse.
Still a game.
Right. So here comes the all-important draw.
Sure is. Yeah.
This is it. This is the game right here. I think if Nashua South wins this draw and is able to maintain possession, they can.
Yeah. Conversely, if Exeter manages to do something they haven't done, is win 3 draws in a row, they'd have a chance to tie this game. They've been able to score within seconds of winning draws, but South's had the advantage right here in the center circle.
Let's see. This is a different draw. You've got one facing the other.
Yeah.
Rather than side by side.
It is.
Yep.
Up in the air.
Oh, almost a scoop, and can they get it?
Carly Ben-Zachary comes away with it.
Yep.
Down the sideline she goes. She's inbounds. Carly Ben-Zachary ducking a few defenders. And the restart. In the corner, 1:34 to go. That was a game-winning draw, basically, Tom, I think, for South. With 2 minutes left. They've already taken half a minute off the clock, enjoying a 3-goal advantage. They're going to run it out near midfield, closer to midfield. Karina O'Donnell's pass to Marin Lowell. 2 of the sure-handed players on the team. Karina to Marin to Addie Borden. Back to Karina O'Donnell. To her left. Good pass. Wide open Ben-Zachary. Marin Lowell gets it back. Under a minute now. And South just playing keep away for the final minute, it looks like, Tom.
Yep. Smart. And we're under 47. John Collins, I'm going to head down.
All right, Tom.
We will see you down the road.
Thanks for joining us, Nathan. Good to meet you.
Nathan Wilder, and he will get now he got an interview.
Oh, a yellow card before we end.
Wow. So while this time is stoppage, we'll go down. So, all right, John Collins, we will see you soon.
See you down the road, Tom. Carly Scherp gets the yellow card, and she comes off. South, Carly Ben-Zachary has it. 30 seconds to go. She plays it back to Addison Borden. She takes a hard stick check. She takes another one. Exeter kind of working out their frustrations on the South ball handlers. Marin Lowell's going to take a hit. Ball's on the turf. And downfield comes number 22, Sophia Wilhelm. She runs into defenders. 8 seconds to go. Sophia trying to dish it. She does get it off. In the middle, Haley O'Kane. Haley O'Kane's shot misses wide to the right, and that is the ball game. A 13-10 win for the Nashua South Panthers over the Exeter Bluehawks in girls lacrosse. Both teams will leave here with a dozen wins apiece on the season, as South improves to 12-4 and Exeter leaves at 12-4. Could be a three-way tie for second place in the standings behind undefeated Portsmouth, depending on how Exeter does. They were 12-3 entering today. For Tom King, our executive producer Pete Johnson, our cameraman Tim O'Neill, I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching this girls lacrosse match. Good evening from Stellos Stadium, everybody.
Purple Panthers threatening.
And Girton with the lead.
Titans point.
No. Hey, what a great crossing pattern. I tell you, finding himself all alone up the seam was Ryan Conley.
Shot and a goal. And the Titans are on the board.
Reckler.
Oh, I tell you, she's a beast. Up and running, and look at that. Bang. He's in there.
Shot score. You can see it all setting up.
You sure could.
North sets it up, and a killer winner.
And here comes the Donna, all lined up. It's nothing but goal right there.
Oh, my goodness. You'll watch it back on Nashua ETV.